The race to the playoffs in Season 4 of the DP World ILT20 has almost reached its finish line. After 29 heart-stopping battles in the league stages, the suspense continues. Two teams will go head-to-head tonight in the last group fixture, eyeing the lone remaining spot in the top 4. The Giants come into this match on the back of 5 straight losses, and with just 3 wins, the Knight Riders have also had a disappointing run. But the Shah Rukh Khan-owned team will be hoping for a Bollywood twist. A blockbuster contest is on the cards at the Ring of Fire in Dubai, ready for this intriguing face-off. Yes, it is the last chance saloon in match 30 of the DP World ILT20. It is the Golf Giants taking on the Abu Dhabi Knight Riders. So we know who's qualified. The last spot is up for grabs tonight. Will it be the Golf Giants or the Abu Dhabi Knight Riders? Who is going to the Eliminator Final to take on the Dubai Capitals? Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us here on Cricket Safari. All is in readiness for match 30 here of the DP World ILT20. It is a hugely exciting night. One team going forward into the playoffs and one team going home. It is a big night for the Golf Giants and ADKR. Let's head out to the middle now with Ian Bishop and the 2 captains for the all-important toss.
Yes, 29 games and nearly 4 weeks of action across the league stage, and it comes down to the last match of this league stage of the DP World ILT20 to determine which team goes through to the playoffs. Only one spot remaining, and tonight we have the inaugural champions, the Golf Giants, led by James Vince, Jason Holder, the Abu Dhabi Knight Riders, who got to the playoffs actually in its 2nd season. Roshan Mahanama is the match referee, and Swati Vora is the toss rep who will pass the coin over. I think James will flick. Mike?
Heads.
Heads is the call. It is tails.
We'll have a bowl.
I'll keep you there, James, and just press you back. What are you going to do and why?
We're going to have a bowl first. Lost quite a few tosses on the spin and we found ourselves batting first, and I think, yeah, knowing what we're going to chase and the possibility of Dew coming in later gives us a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, you won 3, I think, of that first 4, and chasing. How do you stop the rot of 5 losses in a row?
Hopefully the toss. No, obviously there's elements of games where we've lost passages of play and haven't been able to claw our way back into the game. So on the whole, we've been playing some reasonable cricket, but not for the duration of the full 40 overs in the game. So just important for us to recognise those moments, and if we get momentum, try and cling on to it and stay on top.
How's your form? You've been prolific across this tournament's history. How are you hitting them now?
I found it tough going a bit, as I think some of the other batters have, but I don't know, it looks a reasonable wicket, obviously quite bare, perhaps might spin a bit, but hopefully, tonight and the latter stages of the tournament can make some big contributions.
Any changes to your squad for tonight?
Yeah, Liam Dawson's sick, unfortunately, so Ben Kellaway comes in for him, and Zubair, our UAE leg spinner, comes in for Asif Khan.
All the very best to you and your team. Jason, it's been about 6 days of inactivity. How are you guys coping with that and fit and raring to go tonight?
Yeah, we're ready for the game. We obviously know what the game has in store. Yeah, the boys have had a couple of days to put their feet up and relax and refresh as well. We had a good training session yesterday, so yeah, we were looking forward to this challenge today.
And it's been a long while playing in Abu Dhabi, and now you're here only for the 2nd time here in Dubai this season.
Yeah, a good point. We've had 6 straight games in Abu Dhabi, and this is the first one we've travelled out for a while. But having said that, the schedule is what it is. We've got the players to adapt and to adjust to the conditions. You're obviously batting first, so it'd be key to put a good total on the board.
All right, and just talk me through any possible changes to your 11 tonight.
Yeah, sure. Rutherford has left us, so Michael Pepper just comes in.
All right, and how are you going to set a total here, Jason? That's been a problem, especially power play wickets going down.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously something that's happened not only in our games, but the entire tournament. I think the scores have generally come down for the last couple of weeks. Well, the last 2 weeks of the tournament, they've not been as high scoring as probably when the tournament first started. So it's something to be mindful of. And we'll see what is a decent total here on this wicket, and whatever we get, we'll defend. All
right, your destiny's in your own hands. All the best to you and the team tonight.
Thank you.
All right, just a reminder out here that the Golf Giants have won the toss. They will be bowling first. Right, time to find out about these conditions here, because you heard both captains talk about what they are going to expect, and a man who is keeping a close eye on things way down there to my left is Darren Ganga.
Well, I'm standing here with the ground staff next to this little buggy, and tonight will be all about attention to detail. I'll start first with the effort that these gentlemen have placed at this venue for tonight's match. They've used this anti-dew agent since 6 a.m. this morning, and that's to ensure that there's parity at the toss and there's no significant advantage with winning the toss. You heard James Vince win and up to chase, and that's because of the strength of his team. So thank you, gentlemen, for your efforts. Great work once more. Now we move across to this pitch. It's pitch number 4, and we know because of this shift in the 22 yards, there is a bias to one side. Of course, 9 meters the bias. There's a short side and there's a large side. Down the ground is 75 meters. Now, what we've seen in the first 9 matches as compared to the last 4 matches here is really a turning of the tide, because seamers, they dominated in the first 9 matches with 63% of the wickets. Now, in the last 4, that has changed. Spinners, they've reared their head a little bit more at this venue. So that is a little secret that both teams will take into consideration. So it will be about how you deploy spin. It will also be about how you play spin and score runs off the spinners. If you look at this surface, you can see that it is very dry. The curator told me that he hasn't had a 4-day break in all the matches this tournament. So that's less water. Even the conditions above, it has gone very cold, so very little sunshine. So this surface is very dry. Cutters too will still play an important part, so don't just rule out the seamers. It will be an enticing contest. Skills will be the determining factor, and I just feel spin progressively, what we've seen, that degree of turn has improved in every single strip from 2 degrees to actually 3 degrees. So use that turn wisely if you're a spinner, and make sure that it contributes towards a win, because the winner takes everything and gets into the playoff.
Yes, it certainly is. Winner takes all. Darren Ganga, the man, the myth, the legend. I've got more man, the myth, the legend over here. Wasim Akram, Andy Flower. Have you ever seen a man was more engaged in a pitch report than Darren Ganga?
It was a very thorough pitch report, I must say, and he was properly involved. Good on him. He had one job, though.
Yeah. He did have one job, and you guys have got plenty. Andy, you know all too well about this Golf Giants unit, and they come into tonight, winner takes all, go through to the next stages of this competition, and they haven't had the best run of it. A tournament they notoriously have done so well, and 5 losses on the bounce. They've won it before. What's fundamentally gone wrong? James Vince mentioned the toss being an issue for them, but the cricket that they're playing, is it bad cricket, or is it just not for long enough periods of time?
Well, I think if they, and they should be very honest with themselves, they have played poor cricket. They started well, actually. 3 wins out of their first 4 matches, and then they've lost 5 on the trot. And that's a horror run. To come back from that and play confident cricket in tonight's match is going to be quite difficult for them. But in saying that, James Vince is a serial winner. He's got a really great record of not only captaining successful sides, but also performing under pressure. So his record in finals, for instance, as a batsman and a captain is very good. So this is obviously not a final, but it's a hugely important game, knockout game for both these teams. And I would imagine he will be a very good tactical captain, and those 5 losses in a row will be at the back of his mind, but he's got to push them even further back and come into this and infuse his team with confidence and a sense of daring and challenge for them.
And how difficult it is, or important it is, to motivate a team like this in this condition. They have to win this game. They lost 5 games. You have been coach all around the world. So what sort of message you send to a player, or manager, coach should tell them what to do today?
I think one of the ways I would try to approach it is to remind people that the past is unimportant.
Sure.
And the game is here, right now. And there are opportunities in this game. And it's hugely exciting. We've got a brilliant crowd in for the match, and quite rightly so, because it's a real occasion. Really enjoy this opportunity. Grab your opportunity while you can. and enjoy the fact that we're under pressure in a knockout game. This is why we play the game, to play big games.
Yeah.
So get them excited about it.
Absolutely, pressure is privilege, and you talk about pressure and you look at this ADKR unit. They've had a topsy-turvy season again, but they find themselves in a position that they could push forward and grab that last qualifier spot.
Yeah, they kind of have. And it's do or die game for them. Obviously, we all know that. I was talking to Bravo just a little while ago. I said, what sort of chat would you have with your players? He said, they know what they're doing. One played 700 games, one played 500 games, so they know what they want to do. But of course, he'll be disappointed because he's a winner himself. He won so many tournaments as a player, Bravo, and of course, a lot depends on this man. He was bowling well, he's hitting some big shots. It's do or die for them. They have to show their mental today. They've got two top spinners in the world, Sunil Narayan and of course Piyush Chawla, who has been bowling really well for Knight Riders. So today they're batting first. The first job is to get runs on the board. I'm all for 6 overs are important, but sometimes you assess a pitch as a team, say, okay, this is not a 50-55, let's get to 40. Let's lose 1 wicket instead of 3. Once you lose 3 wickets in power play, you're catching up all the time.
Let's find out about one of the bowlers who could make a huge impact tonight for ADKR.
For me, when I started playing cricket as a kid, I never started thinking that it's going to be my profession. I started this game because I loved this game, and that love still continues.
What a spell, 4th wicket for Piyush Chawla.
इतनी लीगें जो हो रही हैं, अगर आपको कंपेयर करेंगे तो this is one of the best league because जितने टॉप के current players होते हैं वो खेलते हैं, तो it's like a different challenge for me as a player and I love those challenges. So मैं दिमाग में था कि ये लीग खेलनी है. The leg spinner, if you see, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग हो जाता है कि जब शॉर्टर फॉर्मेट होता है आपको पता है रन पड़ेंगे, लेकिन अभी जिस तरीके से क्रिकेट चल रही है खासकर जो शॉर्टर फॉर्मेट में, तो वहाँ पे विकेट लेने की जो इम्पोर्टेंस है वो बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाती है. एंड एज अ लेग स्पिनर दैट गिव्स यू अ चांस बिकॉज मार पड़ेगी, लेकिन जब विकेट्स आएंगे तो वहाँ पे टीम के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा बेनिफिट हो जाता है कि बीच के ओवर आके अगर स्पिनर कंट्रोल करता है. जब टिम डेविड मेरे को बैटिंग कर रहे थे, उनकी 2 टो में लगे और वो तो भी छक्के हो गए, बट आमतौर पे ऐसा होता नहीं है. ठीक है, हम छोटा ग्राउंड बड़ा ग्राउंड बात करते हैं, लेकिन इवेंचुअली एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इट्स पार्ट ऑफ गेम कि छोटा ग्राउंड भी मिलेगा, बड़ा भी मिलेगा. तो पावर हिटिंग की वजह से चीज़ें चेंज हुई है, और एज अ बॉलर जो मेरी ट्रैजेक्टरी पहले थोड़ी सी ज़्यादा हवा देने की रहती थी, अब वो बदल के थोड़ी फ्लैटर पे आ गई है. तो ग्राउंड में लोग भी देखने आते हैं, वो विकेट्स देखने नहीं आते, वो चौके छक्के ही देखने आते हैं. But eventually, at the end of the day, you have to have good bowling unit to win the tournament. You must have heard the famous saying that batter win you the game and bowler win you the championship.
All right, we're going to see him in action. Not straight away with the ball because the Golf Giants have won the toss and they are going to bowl here first in Dubai. But before the match begins, let me remind you that you have a chance to be part of the action. Visi Smart TV presents Jawal Dikar in Umpal contest. You can show your energy, show your passion, participate now and win exciting prizes. Only with Visi Smart TV, a smart TV that has it all. So it's a beautiful night here in Dubai as we edge that much closer to match 30 getting underway. Like I said, the Golf Giants have won the toss. They are going to bowl first against the Abu Dhabi Knight Riders. All is on the line. Who is going into the eliminator final against the Dubai Capitals? We'll find out very soon. Welcome back to Cricket Safari tonight in Dubai for match 30. The Golf Giants taking on the Abu Dhabi Knight Riders. The Knight Riders have been sent into bat first. Wasim Akram, please talk us through the side.
One big change here. Phil Salt is there. Alex Hales is there. They need to really get runs today. Sharfu is looking good. Michael Pepper is in for Rutherford. That's a big drawback. Livingston, big man Russell, Brendan McMullen, Jason Holder, the skipper, Sunil Narayan Chawla, and Ajay Kumar, the lefty. He has impressed us a lot so far in this season.
Golf Giants coming in off a bit of a torrid run. They have some changes as well. Andy Flower, Liam Dawson unwell today.
Yeah, unwell. But when they chase James Vince and Moeen Ali and Gurbaz, they're going to have to set the platform for the power of Kyle Mayers and Omazai in the middle. But before that happens, it's going to be a trial by spin for the ADKR. Zuhaib Zubair, the UAE leg spinner, comes in. He's going to be partnered by Ayan Khan from the UAE. They've also got Moeen Ali and, of course, the left-arm wrist spin of Tabraiz Shamsi. Trial by spin for the Knight Riders.
So a really interesting matchup here tonight. Of course, the winner of this goes on to the eliminator final to take on the Dubai Capitals. So it's a big one. The Golf Giants know how to win this title. They won it under Andy Flower. And whilst when you look at this side, you look at their captain, James Vince, it's very loud in here. There's a lot of people in Dubai International Stadium tonight. But when you look at the form of James Vince, I felt you could feel the relief when he won the toss tonight, knowing the role so well of chasing. I felt like a bit of pressure. They've already won a little bit.
There was a big pressure on both sides winning the toss. I can imagine the players must be, your captain must be going through. It's not in your control, but this guy, like like my Flower said, that this guy has been a match winner. Consistent, big games, experience, couple of good shots, he'll be back in his gear. And they need chasing total of over 140, 150 will be a tough ask, and this guy need to stay on the crease from one end.
This has been a slightly uncharacteristic tournament for James Vince. It's been an interesting one. We don't see him usually those modes of dismissals. We haven't seen a lot of that in the past for James Vince. He's been prolific when it comes to scoring runs. But tonight, will the captain in him take over and we see him really lead from the front? I mean, you know him very well.
I really hope so. I think one of the reasons he's struggling a bit is because he retired from 4-day cricket recently, and he's living in the UAE. So he's not getting a lot of that cricket that he's been used to for the last 15 years. You know what it's like, to play consistent 4-day or test cricket.
Yeah.
It gives your basics, all that great grounding and foundation that you need. Now he's not doing that. He might be finding it a little trickier to find his form. He's only playing and practicing in T20 mode.
And especially on little helpful pitches to the spinner and to the seamers. And that's adding extra pressure on him. Usually in T20 format you get flat decks where you can go and just play it on the up. But these wickets you have to actually play proper cricket and get some runs.
Let's talk about Omarzai and what he could potentially bring, what dangers he brings to tonight's match.
Well, Omarzai has been excellent with ball and bat. He's had a little injury, so he's bowled a little less during this tournament than the Golf Giants would have liked. But he swings the ball both ways. He's an attacking bowler. He's not afraid of varying the ball either, the types of balls that he presents to the batsman. And that variation is really unpredictable. He bowls a good bouncer and a good slower ball. So that's a great combination, swinging it both ways, good bouncer, good slower ball. And then he's got power with the bat as well. His best innings so far came really early in this tournament when he blasted Rashid Khan. Now, obviously, he's familiar with Rashid Khan, but he showed how good he is against spin.
Yeah.
On this wicket, Golf Giants are going to need him to be skillful tactically against the spin.
Absolutely, he will be, and it's a big old night. So I ask you boys, it's a big night for you as well as commentators. Who are you picking?
I'll go for Giants because they're chasing, and I just have a gut feeling. My feelings are probably not right, but I'm just going with Giants.
My feelings probably aren't right. Andy, those feelings probably aren't right. What are you picking?
I'm going for Giants. I'm going with the heart this time.
All right, well, stay with us. When we come back, we get ready. Who's going to the eliminator? We find out soon.